right, so take a look at the Twitter API. It's a really, really big API, as you can imagine. There's a lot of companies that want to access the data that Twitter collects. And so they've got a whole bunch of different kinds of options, including paid options. So I'm right here on the Getting Started page of the developer.twitter.com. You're just going to scroll down to get started, build an app on Twitter. So this is how it's sort of organized, is that you have to first register your app. So go ahead and click on apps.twitter.com. And you can see here that I already have an app. You can go ahead and create a new app. And just I'll type in my wife, Katie White, description, collect Twitter data, website. Just type in Google. We don't have a website. We're not putting our application on any website. So it does say right here, you can just put a placeholder here if you remember. And then go ahead and create your Twitter application. Okay, so it'll give you a couple things here. You're going to click on keys and access tokens. So go ahead and click on that. You can see here that here's your customer key and your customer secret. Don't share those with anybody. And then you also need to create your access tokens. So go ahead and click on this and you'll get two more large strings of numbers and letters and stuff like that. So you definitely cannot show those two to anybody. But I won't click on it because I've already done it, and that's fine. You have all four of your numbers. So let's jump back to the actual Twitter API stuff. All right, so there's three things that I thought that you might want to do with Twitter. So I gave some outlines on that. The first one is if you click on tweets, you can get tweet timelines. So let's say you wanted to get an actual user. So I do one for Donald Trump. So you want to actually get all of his tweets. So you can go ahead and click user timeline, and it will show you everything you need to know. You can only get 3,200, and each page is 200, so you need 16 pages. And then here's some options that you can give it. So that's the first one. I'll go over that one in a second. The second one is I'm going to forget. I think it's search tweets. Click on standard, and that might not even be it. Sample real time. Oh boy, it took me a while to find it the first time. Anyways, I'll go over it in a second. So the second one is to like search for a particular hashtag or just some sort of word that's being used. And I thought that you might want to do this one. So I give an example on Black Lives Matter. And then the third one you can do is trends. So if you want to look up what people are doing and talking about on Twitter near your location, you can click here and you can get, and this one's the easiest one to do. The only thing you need though, oops, that's too far. So it only needs an ID, the ID 1, and it's WOEID. So I just put a link here, WOEID. So if we type in Portland, Oregon, this will give you your ID for Portland, Oregon. So here's mine, 2475687, and then you're off and running. And you can just use that. So here's the three examples that I have. So the first one is hashtag. I have Q being Black Lives Matter, so it will look for anything, any reference to Black Lives Matter. If you want to look for only the hashtag, you're going to do %23 in front. So that's the URL code for hashtag is %23. You can see here there's a whole bunch of tweets, 100 tweets referring to Black Lives Matter. And the second one is a specific screen name, so the real Donald Trump. We've got 200, and you can go through and write a loop for all 16 pages. Remember, you can only get 3,200 tweets. That's quite a bit. And then the last one is the ID. This one's the easiest one, and that is the places. So this is Portland, Oregon. It'll show you what's happening in Portland, Oregon. And of course, it gives a huge JSON file that you need to jump in there and see what they give you. But it'll give you time of day. It'll give you how many people retweeted it, how many people liked it, and So here's a retweet count, which is some valuable information. And one more thing I'd like to add, that my keys, all of the API secrets, tokens, and secrets are in this hidden document. Notice you can actually make it hidden, so whoever you share this trinket with won't be able to see them either. And then I just have what I actually looks like. So I have 4 values here. This is a .py file, and then these are all the missing values, so this is the same, but without the dots as the hidden. And you can go here and just turn off the view, so now it's hidden. And you can click main, and I just have from hidden import star, and so then I have access to all 4 of those variable names that I created. So I always suggest you doing this to keep your Twitter accounts and APIs and stuff like that secret. Twitter also uses a different kind of authorization method, and it's called OAuth. And so I had Trinket add the requests OAuth library to Trinket, and sure enough they did it. And so this is how you'll authenticate your app, by using the OAuth authentication method.